And how does this happen to me, that the mother of my Lord should come to me? Dear Guadalupanas, peregrinos, and friends of the pilgrimage for vocations, que viva la Virgen de Guadalupe. Que viva Cristo Rey. Que viva Santa Fe. You know, today is a great, joyful celebration for us. Because after 3 years without being able to gather, we had this opportunity to reunite once again to celebrate this great feast day in honor of our patroness and our mother, Our Lady of Guadalupe, here in this historic santuario that is dedicated to her. Christ lives. Our Lady lives. And therefore, our hope for the pilgrimage for vocations for our beloved Archdiocese of Santa Fe lives. And although the past 3 years have been difficult in so many ways for us, our hope for healing lives. A new dawn is rising. A new hermosa hermana, mañana, has arrived. You know, it was in 2019 that our beloved spiritual director, the late Father Graham, began making preparations for a 2020 pilgrimage under the theme, Hope and Healing. But we all know that that pilgrimage did not come to be. And shortly thereafter, we lost Father Graham. But because Christ lives, we know that we have a great reason for our hope. And this is a hope that no one can take away from us. Because it is not a hope that comes from this world, but is a gift from God. And it is a hope that allows us to believe that by the power of the resurrection, that even from the grave, Christ brings life. And so Father Graham's spirit of hope and healing lives in us today because Christ lives in us, in you and in me. And I believe that this spirit of hope and healing also resided with the Bishop Juan de Zumárraga, the Bishop of Mexico in 1531. He was struggling to diffuse the tension that had built up between two peoples, two cultures, the Indians and the Spanish. The Spanish were able to put an end to the human sacrificial rituals of the Indians. You know, it was documented that 1 in 5 Indian children and upwards of 80,000 Indian men per ritual were being sacrificed to satisfy the bloodthirsty manifestations of demons that were in league with the fierce dragon of Satan of that first reading today. And the bishop was having a hard time converting the Indians to Christianity because many of the Spanish leaders were lording their power over them in abuse of their authority. So in the midst of this tension, a beloved son of Mary, the bishop prayed to our Blessed Mother that she, the mother of our Lord, would come to him in a time when he was struggling with birth pangs to give spiritual birth to the Indian people. And as a sign of hope, he prayed that she would arrive to help heal those tensions. And as that sign, he requested that our Blessed Mother send her a bouquet of Spanish Castilian roses in the dead of winter. And we all know how it goes, no? He would receive his roses and so much more. Within 10 years since the Mother of our Lord came to him through the miraculous image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, over 10 million Indians converted to Catholicism in the span of 10 short years. The Indians would run to the priests begging for spiritual birth and baptism after learning that Mary was their mother, who had come as one of them to bring them the one true God. The bishop's hope for healing was fulfilled through Mary. But we all know that she didn't go directly to the bishop, no? She went to the bishop through an intercessor, the humble Juan Diego, to give us a deeper sense of who she is to us. To the response for help from the bishop, Mary did go in haste to the hill country outside of Mexico City. And it was there on Tepeyac Hill on a new Hermosa Mañana that hope began to blossom. When she introduced herself to Juan Diego, that she had come to be the fulfillment of the bishop's hope for healing. And she came as a mother who leads her children to new birth through true worship of her son. Juanito, Juan Dieguito, she says to Juan Diego, know and understand well, you, the most humble of my sons, that I am the ever-virgin Holy Mary, Mother of the true God for whom we live, of the Creator of all things, Lord of heaven and earth. I wish that a temple be erected here quickly, so I may therein exhibit and give all my love, compassion, help, and protection. Mary knew that true hope and healing is fulfilled here at this altar, true worship. Because I am your merciful mother, she continued. Because I am your merciful mother to you and to all the inhabitants on this land, all the rest who love me and invoke and confide in me, listen there to their lamentations, and I remedy all their miseries and afflictions and sorrows. These are words, yes, to Juan Diego, but they're words also to us today. And Mary would quickly display her fidelity to healing the afflictions of her children almost immediately when she healed Juan Diego's uncle. It is what she says in her dialogue with Juan Diego after she catches him trying to avoid her in his distress that gives us great cause for our hope today. Her words reveal the truth to us. And no matter what distresses we face in life, Mary is always with us to mother us and bring us to Jesus through them. And this is what she says. Hear me and understand well, my son, the least. That nothing should frighten or grieve you. Let not your heart be disturbed. Do not fear that sickness or any other sickness or anguish. Am I not here, who is your mother? Am I not here, who is your mother? Are you not under my protection? Am I not your health? Are you not happily within my mantle? What else do you wish? Do not grieve nor be disturbed by anything. Am I not here, who is your mother? I've had the privilege, of visiting the Cathedral of Our Lady of Guadalupe below Tepeyac 3 times during the summer of 2019. And those words are written in large, bold letters above the cathedral doors in Spanish. No estoy yo aquí que soy tu madre. And these are words, become words of great consolation to me in a time that was a time of great distress. And as I spent time with Mary under the miraculous image of that tilma, and made that ascent up that holy hill of Tepeyac that St. Juan Diego and millions of other pilgrims have ascended, I couldn't be more convicted by the truth in these words. Am I not here, who is your mother? Those words reign true for us here also in the hill country of our homeland, our hogar. From the Sandias to the Manzanos to the Jemez Mountains, and the so appropriately named the Sangre de Cristos. Mary is here, and Mary is our mother, and she is a mother of healing and consolation. Therefore, my dear Guadalupanas and Peregrinos, on this great feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, let us etch these words Am I not here who is your mother? No estoy yo aquí que soy tu madre, over the doors of our hearts, as an expression of our belief and a desire to strengthen that belief in them. That as we walk together in our pilgrimage of faith, that Mary, our mother, La Virgen de Guadalupe, is always with us. She walks with us on that pilgrimage, on that road, behind the guia of our pilgrimage, leading us to Jesus that ultimately culminates here in this altar. A new dawn is on the rise. A new hermosa mañana of hope and healing is upon us because the mother of my Lord and your Lord has come to us in this land of enchantment, in our Archdiocese of Santa Fe. And blessed is the fruit of her womb, Jesus. Que viva.